behind why many African countries are currently struggling with various challenges. From political instability to economic hardships, war, corruption, bad government, and food insecurity. Today, we delve into the profound question: why were Black Africans historically viewed as a threat? This examination will uncover the roots of discrimination, suppression, and prejudice against Black Africans and how these patterns persist even today. Let's get started. Historically, Black Africans have been viewed as superior in many aspects. From the earliest civilizations, Black Africans were among the wealthiest and most advanced societies. They lived in cities overflowing with gold and other riches, which inevitably sparked jealousy and fear among non-Black populations. This fear and envy led to a concerted effort to portray Black Africans as inferior. The fabrication of racial inferiority. The narrative of Black inferiority was meticulously constructed using physical characteristics such as dark complexion, plump lips, and woolly hair. These features were demonized to justify the subjugation and dehumanization of Black Africans. The portrayal of Black Africans as uncivilized savages provided a convenient pretext for European physical superiority and the European response. One of the most immediate reasons for the perceived threat was the undeniable physical superiority of Black Africans. Historically, Black people were known for their physical strength and charisma. This physical dominance posed a significant threat to the social and political hierarchies established by non-Blacks. The shift in social hierarchies. To counter this threat, European colonizers redefined social values to favor traits they possessed, fragility and delicacy, over physical strength. Physical labor was deemed inferior, while those who performed more sophisticated tasks were considered civilized and fit to rule. This ideological shift was essential in maintaining the social structure that kept Black Africans out of power. Genetic annihilation and the fear of Black supremacy. Another profound reason for the historical hostility toward Black Africans was the fear of genetic annihilation. Non-Black populations, particularly white Europeans, were acutely aware of the genetic dominance of Black Africans. Intermarriage with Black people would lead to the dilution and eventual disappearance of non-Black genes, which was an existential threat to the preservation of their racial identity. The survival of the fittest. This fear was not unfounded. Biological principles dictate that dominant genes are more likely to prevail in offspring. Thus, the prospect of Black genes dominant over non-Black genes fueled a deep-seated fear and led to policies that strictly prohibited interracial unions. The infamous one-drop rule epitomized this fear, where even a single drop of Black blood was enough to classify a person as Black and subject them to the same discriminatory treatment. Africa, the cradle of civilization. Adding to the perceived threat was the recognition that Black Africans were the progenitors of human civilization. Archaeological and genetic evidence unequivocally shows that the first humans emerged in Africa. These early humans developed advanced cognitive and social skills that laid the foundation for the first civilizations. Denial of African ancestry. The notion that non-Black populations are descendants of Black Africans is a concept that many have found difficult to accept. Admitting this would mean acknowledging the shared humanity and inherent equality of all people, a truth that undermines centuries of racial hierarchies. Genetic testing has revealed that Europeans and other populations possess a significant percentage of African ancestry, but this evidence is often downplayed or ignored to maintain the illusion of racial superiority. Africa's resource wealth. Africa's abundant natural resources have always been a source of both wealth and conflict. From gold and diamonds to oil and gas, the continent's resources have made it a target for exploitation by non-black powers. Historical accounts of African wealth. Historical records from Arab writers like Al-Fazari paint a picture of Africa as a land of immense wealth and prosperity. The city of Ghana, for instance, was known as the City of Gold, and its king was considered the wealthiest sovereign alive. Such accounts highlight the stark contrast between Africa's rich natural resources and the poverty imposed on its people through colonial exploitation. Colonial exploitation. European colonizers systematically extracted Africa's wealth while imposing systems that ensured the continent's perpetual subjugation. Even today, the legacy of colonial exploitation persists. Countries like France continue to hold significant portions of African nations' gold reserves, a fact that underscores the ongoing economic exploitation and control. Modern manifestations of historical threats. The historical perception of Black Africans as a threat has far-reaching implications that continue to shape contemporary attitudes and policies. Despite the progress made in civil rights and racial equality, underlying prejudices and systemic discrimination persist. Tokenism and subconscious bias. The phenomenon of tokenism, where a single black person is included in teams, committees, or media representations, serves as a superficial gesture of diversity. However, this practice often masks deeper issues of inequality and exclusion. It creates an illusion of progress while allowing systemic biases to remain unchallenged. The path forward: recognizing and celebrating Black excellence. Understanding the historical roots of why Black Africans were viewed as a threat is crucial for dismantling the lingering prejudices and stereotypes. Acknowledging the profound contributions of Black Africans to human civilization and celebrating their enduring legacy is essential for fostering true equality and respect. Education and awareness. Education plays a pivotal role in changing perceptions and attitudes. By incorporating comprehensive and accurate accounts of Black history and achievements into educational curricula, we can combat ignorance and prejudice. Raising awareness about the rich cultural heritage and historical contributions of Black Africans can help reshape societal views and promote a more inclusive narrative. Empowerment and representation. Empowering Black communities and ensuring their representation in all spheres of society is vital for challenging the status quo. Representation goes beyond tokenism. It involves creating spaces where Black voices are heard, respected, and valued. Promoting Black leadership and providing opportunities for Black individuals to excel in various fields can help dismantle systemic barriers and pave the way for a more equitable society. The historical view of Black Africans as a threat was rooted in fear, envy, and a desire to maintain power. This perception led to centuries of discrimination, suppression, and prejudice that continue to impact Black communities today. By understanding the historical context and challenging the narratives that have perpetuated inequality, we can work towards a future where Black excellence is recognized and celebrated.
Hey everyone! If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Want to be the first to know when we upload a new video? Tap the notification bell. And we love hearing from you. Drop a comment below with your thoughts and questions. Lastly, share this video with your friends who are passionate about the social issues affecting the African continent.